Despite all the rain yesterday, the weather was now perfect. The Belgian countryside looked stunning in the early morning light. After a short ride in from Ypres, I rolled into Camel. And before long, I was at the base of the Lettenberg. The distinct beep from my head unit let me know it had begun. 8:01 AM, 72 hours to do all 59 segments. It wasn't long before I was climbing the Usier side of the Kemmelberg. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be until up ahead I noticed cobbles. I had forgotten that this would be our introduction. The bone-shattering rattles began as I fought with the pedals to turn. Once I rolled over the top of the climb, I realised it hadn't been as bad as I had expected. It actually felt quite fun. I then spent the next 2 hours riding around the local area, ticking off the rest of the nearby segments. It wasn't long before I was back at the base of the Kemmelberg, slogging my way up the long Belvedere side. However, once I finally reached the top, it had finally set in. I was finally here, and I was really enjoying it. But as quickly as it had all begun, the first part was over. After a quick transfer, arrived at Nocker, ready for the last 90 kilometers. It wasn't long before I hit my first cobble strap, Hustenpointweg. This was so much worse than the Kobbelbergs. The vibrations made every part of my body feel uncomfortable. But that wasn't going to make me give up. However, by the time I made it to the Pudderstrap, the wind was picking up, the weather was starting to worsen. It wasn't long before the rain came to ruin the party. This left me with one choice: ride faster. After over 2 hours riding in the rain and cold, I had finally finished off the day's riding, 26 segments down. The rain had continued most of the night, but the sun was now out. I started off the ride with a quick ride out of Oudenaarde. The rest of the morning was just climbing. Over and over and over again. After a quick lunch break, I was at the bottom of the mirror. But in my excitement to finally climb it, I forgot to film it. So instead, I'll leave you with this clip from when I visited in 2023.
I think it likes it. I think it's got hard on.
Apologies. After slogging my way up the mirror, it was another long section between segments. It was then back to climbing. Before long, all that was left was the big three. As I approached the final segment, the legendary Koppenberg, the skies began to darken once again. Rain was on its way. I had to make it up the Koppenberg before the rain hit, if I wanted any chance to successfully make it all the way up. This was the berg I've been looking forward to the most. This was my chance to feel like Mathieu van der Poel. This was my chance to fight my way up like a pro, albeit much slower. As I fought my way up, there was a constant battle of shifting my weight. Shifting it back to grip and then forward again to keep the front wheel grounded. I had suffered a few wobbles, but here I unclipped, maybe too early. It was all over, just over halfway up. Now I had the walk of shame to the top. Once I made it to the top, it was all over. I had done it. I was now a true Flandrien. It had been a mega experience that I wouldn't have been able to do without my family's support. In the morning, it was a quick trip to centre in Ronde van Flandrien to get my name lasered onto a cobble of my own. I now joined the other 1900 cyclists on the Wall of Fame. And no trip to Belgium is without waffles.
Wherever I am in the world, people always ask me, why do you do it? Why risk your life? My answer is always the same. I do it because I want to. I do it for the fun of it.